Hi. When writing chemistry formulas and chemistry equations, it's useful to have quick access in whatever program you're using to superscripts, subscripts, and certain symbols. And I'm going to show you how to add those so that you have very fast access to those in PowerPoint. But this same process will work in Excel and Word. So let's just open up PowerPoint, since that's where we're going to add these functions. I'm going to open up the program, and this happens to be Lab 5. And you see at the top, I have the menu bar. This is the quick access bar here. Some of you it might not show because maybe you have it on auto hide and it's not here. So just click this little box in the upper right with an arrow pointing in and select Show Tabs and Commands. And now you can see all the different commands that you have quick access to. And you'll notice that under font, there's nothing that represents superscripts or subscripts, and you don't see anything for symbols. You could find symbols if you went to the Insert menu, and you'll see this button for symbols. It's inactive until I put a cursor down, and then you can get these symbols come up. But let's make it a little easier. Let's go back to the home page part of the menu bar, and if you want to add new commands that don't appear here, you can just click this little pointing down arrow and select More Commands. And this is the way to add new commands. And you'll see quickly a list of popular commands that don't happen to be in that list. And you can just transfer those over by clicking one. Say I want to put cut in there and clicking it and add. And if I want to remove it, I just highlight it again and put remove. But the commands we're interested in are not in the quote-unquote popular commands. So we're going to scroll back here and select all commands, and you'll notice there are literally hundreds and hundreds of commands at your disposal to select from. So if you're doing some Microsoft program, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., and you have a function that you use a lot, just go here, select all commands, and look for the function you want. So let's look for subscripts and superscripts. So we're going to scroll down to the S's, a little further down, and I went past it. There we go. And there's subscript, and you can see there's a little symbol X with a subscripted to, and we're going to hit Add, and we're going to go to here, and we select superscript, and we're going to add that as well. And I like to use a lot of symbols when I'm writing chemical formulas and different documents that have unusual symbols like Greek letters or special arrows. So I can click one of these three symbols. You can play around to see which one you like the best. This one allows me to find all symbols, but let's try this third one here. We're going to add that in and see what happens. So we click OK. These are the three we want to add to our toolbar, and you'll notice three new items appear in the red bar above the Quick Access toolbar. And you can actually think of these as an extension of the Access toolbar. So we have a subscript button, a superscript button. If you hold the mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is, and a symbols button. And if I click symbols, you see I have access to writing equations, which you don't need to do, and clicking on symbols, and I have an enormous number of symbols I can select from. You might want to pick a different one of the three symbols that I just showed you for different access to different symbols. This is the one I like, but you might use one of the others. It might be easier for you. So once you have that, that makes life easy. Let's say we wanted to put an unusual symbol at the end of the title here. So I go to Symbol, and maybe I want to use the degree sign. Well, I've used the degree sign. These are the ones I've used recently. So instead of picking that, I'm going to show you we're going to look for the degree sign. And if you scroll down, you see there's a degree sign. So I can put in Insert and hit. Now the degree is there, and I can make it degrees centigrade if I want. I'm going to get rid of that. And so that's how you add symbols. And we've already added superscripts and subscripts. So let's look at this lab. Let's say we wanted to answer a question here, and let's say we were talking about molecular compounds. And in this question right here, we might want to say something. I'm going to move the mouse down. and say something about H2O. Well, what we do is we highlight the 2, since we want to subscript that. And instead of looking in the fonts, which we normally do, and selecting subscript every time, which can be very tedious, we're just going to go, after we select the 2, click the button, and it's Subscripts. Simple as that. What if we wanted to show the charge of calcium, and when we wanted to say it was plus 2, we highlight that, and we click Superscript, and now it's superscripted. Be careful, though, once you superscript or subscript something, the cursor still thinks you're in subscript and superscript, so you might have to get out of it by highlighting those other things. Just click it again, and that will get rid of the subscript and superscript, or you can just add a space before you do it. And that's how you add subscripts, superscripts, and symbols to PowerPoint, as well as to Excel and Microsoft Word.